In this video, I'm going to discuss the logistics of transporting our most valuable possessions, our dogs, from our home here in Canada to our new home in France. Stick around. You may be surprised at the route we have decided to take. Yes, indeed. It has started to happen. What was a dream has now become a reality, and we really need to start thinking seriously about the logistics of getting all our stuff over to France. Stuff like our dogs, for instance. We have to think about the logistics of transporting our canine family over to France. So, at the beginning of the year, we decided that we were going to sell our beloved house here in Canada and move lock, stock and dog beds over and start a new life in France. Specifically, we were going to start a new life in a chateau in France. I think one of the most important questions that we need to ask ourselves is how are we going to get our 3 dogs from Canada to France? Okay, so what are the options open to us? What route should we take? What method of transport should we take? How much will it cost? Although, frankly, I think cost is perhaps the least important criteria, since it's the dog's welfare is probably more important than making sure the whole thing is cost effective. But anyway, let's first take a look at the route that we have to travel. So in September this year we travelled from Vancouver, YVR, to Paris, Charles de Gaulle, to take our first exploratory trip. That route took us from YVR to Los Angeles, then on to Heathrow, London, and finally to Paris, 16-ish hours later. So of course there was more direct options open to us. We could have saved 6 hours off the flight by flying direct to Paris. As it is, the cost of the tickets, return tickets, was 9,000 Canadian dollars. Now that's not 9,000 each. That's 9,000 for both tickets, and that was business class. So I mean, we thought that was fine. Really, we thought that was okay. It was worth it to us, just the two of us. Some 6-hour layover in LAX and Heathrow was doable. The problem with the permanent move, however, is that there will be 2 adults, there will be 3 dogs, there will be more suitcases than you can imagine. I mean, bear in mind at this stage, all our personal effects are likely to be in a container by then. The house will have sold, so we anticipate being holed up in a short-term rental, maybe an Airbnb, living out of a suitcase while we sort the final arrangements, etc., etc. So 2 adults, 3 dogs, more trolleys worth of suitcases than you can imagine. And I'm pretty sure that we could just hop on a plane in YVR, load up all the luggage, one-way tickets, the 3 dogs in the hold, the 3 dogs in the hold. Yeah, 3 dogs in the hold. Let's yeah, let's just see what the travellers think of that. Okay, guys. So I've got a quick question for you. Pause up if you don't want to fly in the hold on the plane to France. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, Jack. You don't want to do that. Fine. Sid, what do you reckon?
No.
Sid, no?
I've been on a.
How about you, Merv? Merv?
I didn't
Merv
like
didn't want
it.
to. No.
You
Okay.
got
Sid
I didn't like
just
it.
wants.
So,
No.
you
Okay.
don't
Jack's
mind.
fairly sure he
I'd
definitely
like a
doesn't want to
private
fly
jet, Daddy.
in the
Can I
hold.
have that? Can I have a private
France.
jet, Daddy?
Anything else?
I've
Any
been
other
on-
small
Can I just have a
snippets?
chew then?
Yeah,
Can I
no.
have a chew?
I get it, Jack. You don't want to fly in the hold. Okay. So what do you want, Sid?
I just
okay.
want you, Daddy.
Murph,
Hello,
you got
what's
any
that, Dad?
views, any
doing,
comments to make?
Can I have a
No.
squirrel?
Okay.
This is good fun.
I think it's fairly safe to say that the hold thing is not going to happen. Not that there's anything fundamentally wrong with putting dogs in the hold. We came to Canada 10 years ago. We had to do just that. We had 2 dogs. We had Sid. We had my late mother's elderly Shih Tzu, Sammy, who we adopted. To be fair, I don't think Sid suffered any long-term emotional trauma. He was obviously very, very pleased to see us when we picked him up, something like 12 hours later. To be fair to Sammy, I think she slept probably through the whole thing. Although when we did collect her, her crate was full of poo and pee. So let's look for another method, shall we? The hold is not an option. Okay, so what other options do we have? We've got to get across the Atlantic. Now, we're in Vancouver, which is a port, and we regularly get cruise liners leaving Vancouver. Not all year round. There is a season there, obviously. But really, the trip from Vancouver to Europe is about 30 days. It's about a month. They can't leave their kennels, they can't leave their crate. Granted, they do get regular visits from their humans, but I don't think that's a remote possibility. That I mean, aside from anything else, the dogs would be stir crazy not being able to chase a ball, and you know, they can't go in the pool. Okay, so we know where this is going. We can't travel by sea. We have to get across the Atlantic somehow. So that narrows it down. Apart from a hot air balloon, we're stuck with an aeroplane. And in that aeroplane, they can't go in the hold. So what does that leave? Ooh, let me think. Dogs in the cabin. Hey, there we go. That's the route we're going to have to take. The dogs will have to go in a private jet. Okay, so there are a number of companies that operate out of Canada that offer a private jet service to transport dogs from North America to Europe. It's not cheap. So, for instance, the current costings for one well-known company, and I will post a link in the description, one adult with 2 dogs that are under 51 pounds weight each costs in the region of $6,000 Canadian dollars. One adult with a dog that is over 51 pounds in weight, $6,000. Okay, so assuming that is a route that we want to take, and I'm not sure that there are any alternatives, let's just look at the travellers. Let's see how much they weigh. Okay, so let's see what the dogs weigh. I mean, this was the funniest thing you've ever seen. I mean, this isn't something that we do every day, and kind of you could. He's heavy. that dog is heavy. He weighs 77 pounds. So, look at his face. He's so indignant. He's like, put me down for goodness sake. I feel defiled. Okay, let's have a look. Where's the princess? So this is Murph. We know this isn't going to go well. We know that she's chunky, let's say. So, and she kind of, I mean, she, I got another one. She wasn't happy. I'm flying. So, yeah, all right. So, 58 pounds. Right, okay. So, potentially, we've got what, Dad? What? Give us a chew. And the next, let's have a look. Let's get Sid. Come on, Sid, where are you? Jack, sit down, Jack. I want to do it again. So here's Sidley. He's kind of slight. Sidley's the old man. He's as fit as a fiddle. He chases up and down the field, but he's old now. I mean, he's 12. He's grey and I suppose much like me, really. He weighs 46 pounds. So there it is. Jack 77 pounds, Sid 46 pounds, Murph is 58 pounds, so she needs to go on a diet. Sacrifices are going to have to be made. She's not going to be happy, but in order to keep the cost down to that $12,000 all in, maybe we just cut out the chew every now and again. To make I feel sorry for her. She's got no idea. She just knows she'll be shortchanged when it comes to feeding time. It's just the best solution all round. I mean, there's no stress. The dogs sit with us in the cabin. It'd be like sat at home on the sofa, kind of. There are toilets on board for both adult passengers and dogs. There are no airport queues because they use private airports. There's no crates involved. It's just a nicer solution all round. Not cheap, but we'll cobble the money together for the sake of the dogs traveling. I mean, of course, I've got no desire to travel on a private jet. Obviously not. No. I'm quite happy to sit on a normal sized jet in economy. There is one small spanner in the works potentially. The company that operate this service at the moment only fly out of Toronto in Canada. We're in Vancouver. We're 4,000 miles away. 4,000 kilometers away. So we're going to have to plan, I guess, a road trip to cover that. That's going to be fun. The way I see it, 4,000 kilometers in a motorhome, trundling across Canada, 2 adults, 3 dogs, and a van load of luggage. Well, there's a whole new video just in itself. I'm sure you're going to look forward to that one. Anyway, that's where we're at. That's what we're going to do. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It just makes it look like people are interested. So, thank you for that. Hopefully, we'll see you all next time.